Hello and welcome to our live stream. I'm Juliana Ackerbloom, social media and content specialist for Plex, and I'm here with Dave Morphus, VP of Product Marketing. How are you doing, Dave?
Good, Juliana. How are you?
Good. First automation fair for both of us, right?
It's exciting, yeah.
I know,
awesome.
It is exciting. Now, before we get started, I have a few questions for our viewers. Have you started to implement any automation technology in your business? Let us know in the comments. You ready to get started?
Let's go.
All right. So the Plex Smart Manufacturing Platform has a number of products within it.
Yep.
Which has been the most popular this time, like while have you been here so far?
Right. It's interesting because when you're dealing with a platform, the way that our platform is designed is it's very modular by nature. And it's important to manufacturers, and that manifests itself in the conversations because someone might come up and say, I need to digitize my entire environment. That means my financials, what's normally the ERP layer, the MES portion, which is production, the quality portion, the plant floor and measuring plant floor and assets. I might need to do all of that. And we can say, great, we can do that, top to bottom. That's great. But oftentimes we have to meet manufacturers where they are in their journey, and we heard that a lot at the conference so far. And that means if I'm a manufacturer and I've got a quality problem and I'm running my systems on check sheets and manual check sheets and Excel, which tends not to work really well, or paper, which gets spilled on, gets lost, gets all those kind of things. We can stop there and kind of pivot to that and really focus on, okay, let's meet you with quality management. And what the platform then allows you to do is, if they start with that and they want to scale to something bigger later, they can do that. So what we found is it's not necessarily one thing that they're focused on at the conference, it's those conversations where we're kind of peeling apart and letting them know you don't have to just have one thing. You can have the one thing that for now, scale to something bigger later when it's appropriate. And that's really more of the conversations that we're having than just one product, one kind of solution. And that's the benefit of a platform that you can kind of build on.
Yeah, absolutely. And just continue building as you go along. So that's great. Now, as Plex continues to integrate into Rockwell, what can customers expect to see in 2023?
It's as we get closer to integration, there's really two parts. There's sort of product integration. People are interested in that, but it's more important is the business integration.
Yeah.
And what the benefit that Plex brings to Rockwell, like a good acquisition would, is that it brings a broader set of products and a deeper set of products. And so the biggest part about integration, again, it gets back to the customer or the manufacturer, and that is, what can we bring to you to help you address your problem? Oftentimes in the industry, you get people jamming a square peg into a round hole to make a sale, right? With Rockwell's portfolio, we can pull back because we have the ability to do so with a broad array of software products, hardware products, to where when we're talking to a manufacturer, we can say, okay, let's figure out your problems, and then let's assign the right solution, the right parts for the solution, rather than no matter what they say, we're going to stick this, we're going to go with this solution because that's what we have to sell.
Right.
That's not the case. So it's much more, as the integration continues, and we're seeing it now, it's much more of a partnership and the ability to bring a broad array of things to a customer to give them what's right for the challenges that they have.
Great. Well, and now moving on a little bit to supply chain disruptions. They're obviously a hot topic right now. So how could Plex help with supply chain planning and solutions like that?
Yeah, I kind of think of supply chain as two things. It's the things you can't control that make the headlines. That's Suez Canal and geopolitical tensions and those kind of things that impact supply chain outside your four walls. And then the things you can control that make profit, and those are what you can control as a manufacturer within your four walls. In a manufacturer's supply chain, it's not really just planning, and a lot of people think it's planning. It is that, but it's more. So a manufacturer tends to be kind of stacked, and what that means is at the top floor they're planning and doing those forecasting, those kind of things, important. They're managing their financials and their inventory, also important. You take it a layer down and they're managing their production, raw material in to finished good out, important. And then they're managing their plant floor and their equipment. If the equipment's not running well, you've got to be able to surface that so that you can fix it in time. So when you look at a manufacturer's supply chain, different than the external supply chain, it's, well, you need to control all aspects of that. If you're good at planning and you're good at scheduling, but your equipment's breaking down, kind of a problem, right? Because you're great at the top end, but you can't ship anything because things are breaking down. If you're good and your equipment is good, but you can't schedule and plan well, it's like you've got the finely tuned sort of sports car, automobile, you've got no gas, no track to run it on. So for us, it's about making sure that you get the entirety of a manufacturer's supply chain figured out, because if one of those things is weak, it disrupts the whole thing. Once they have all those pieces in place, supply chain planning, we've got a supply chain planning product. The ERP and MES products, we've got MES and ERP. The quality management, we've got quality management as a solution either built into our stack or separately. And then the asset performance management, the production monitoring, the things happening on the plant floor.
Yep.
If you can get all those in line, which we've got, of course, solutions for, then you can at least be in a better position when that black swan event happens out here that you can't control, to at least adapt to it. You've got your business in order. And if things are going well, then you're really humming. And that's what we're trying to get to is there are things you can and can't control. Let's focus on the things you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And Plex Demandcaster is a great way to get started. So,
Why not? Yep.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, and thank you, Dave, for chatting with me and taking time away from your busy Automation Fair schedule. So, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in for more highlights tomorrow.